You're watching PTV.
To give salads a holiday look, start with Jell-O gelatin, like Mrs. Susan Dando of Boston.
At this time of year, we have friends over more than ever, and I like to do special things for them. Like my mother did for her friends. I remember the Jell-O molds she made. Never thought I could make them, but I finally tried, and it was easier than I thought. Now I even have a little trick for arranging fruit or nuts to make any mold look special. All you do is pour some Jell-O brand gelatin into a mold and chill until it thickens. Then, arrange nuts in any pattern you like, pressing them in. After the remaining gelatin is thickened, just fold in the rest of the fruit and nuts, spoon on top, chill, and unmold according to the directions on the package.
Susan, this really looks beautiful.
For Susan Dando's and other holiday recipes, see November and December women's magazines. To give your salads a holiday look, start with Jell-O.
Oh.
Wah, wah, wah.
Let's try that again. From the San Francisco Bay Area, it's time for PTV Live. And now, here are the stars of PTV Live: Arnie, Doug, Ben, and Sherry. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to PTV Live. I'm Arnie.
I'm Doug.
And I'm Ben.
I'm...
Sherry is still on her way in.
Oh, I thought she went potty.
I've
been doing that a lot.
I don't understand why the intro just kind of like clicks through like that. It's all programmed. It's supposed to just flow from one scene to the next. Sometimes it just skips right on over like that. So apologies, everyone. But
we're in Love-uary. Can you believe we're already... Yesterday was Candlemas, which is the last day of Christmas.
Yeah.
So,
but
it's sad.
It's Love-uary.
But at least
according to...
Yesterday was what?
Candlemas.
Candlemas. But it was also Groundhog Day.
Yeah, it's the actual last physical day of the Christmas tide or Christmas time.
There's Movie Mania Nick. He'll be mentioned a little later in the show. We'll get to that probably within during the next segments. But welcome, everyone. It's good to see you all here. Sherry, hi.
Hi.
Crazy over there?
Well, not really. I mean, I was back and forth with Megan texting. That's why I was late, because the boy has been sick since Friday and he's just not feeling well, and and he's a very anxious driven child, so
it was genetic. We were talking about, because just our brains were very nervous Nellies and very anxious. He was saying about your grandfather was horrible. Major worry word. Your mother was a worry word because she and I talked
when
about
Mom learned how to drive when she was in her 30s.
Yeah.
And her father never really adjusted to her driving on the car or in the car. Because, he would sit in the front seat on the passenger side and then hold on to the dashboard so much to the point that there was a worn out spot in the dashboard in our 65 station wagon.
His thumb.
No, it's from the top of the car.
Well, both, because it had that metal that had the dots that painted on it that looked like screens.
That's the worst thing you can do is put your arm out like that. You get a front end collision, you're going to shatter your arm.
But anyway, the poor boy is just beside himself, and
he's a nervous Nelly like the rest of us. We're all genetic. My grandparents had it. Our moms.
I hope he's watching tonight.
It's just horrible.
Maybe we'll help take his mind off of it.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
He's very
sheltered.
But I think he was thinking a lot about you, Doug.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm special.
Don't we all know it?
Yeah. Well, what
are we going to talk about? We probably should.
We're going to talk a lot about
a little bit of.
Why don't we start with a cocktail?
Christmas nectar.
I'm going to send Doug to the refrigerator to get one ingredient. But let's make a cocktail.
God.
Microphone and
look at that. It is chocolate and Love-uary equals perfect. Hello, hit or miss. Absolutely.
They got just in time. We're just about ready to talk to it.
We're going to be mixing. We're going to be doing a mocha eggnog, where the mocha section is simply chocolate bitters. We decided to go ahead and do it that way. And then what we're going to do is, you know what? Let me go ahead and put us on cocktail cam. There we go. I'm going to start with eggnog. That's 4 ounces of eggnog right there. And then to that, I'm going to go ahead and add a coffee liqueur here.
Mr. Black.
Yeah. This one is...
Anybody knows The Simpsons.
It's blended with vodka and cold brew coffee. It's a very nice, smooth liqueur. So we're going to put in 2 ounces in this. That's 1. And here's 2. Now, Doug was asking for an eggnog cocktail because we still had a little eggnog left in the refrigerator.
Yeah, so we made the Jell-O, and then we'll be talking about we made something else yesterday, which did not turn out.
We'll talk
about that.
But
and we
you
still
had
have
to
some
fail.
more.
We also have chocolate bitters. I'm going to go ahead and put in a few dashes in this.
So yeah, we're just trying to use it because I actually really do like that Buds. I mean, the Buds
eggnog
is actually really good.
It's really good.
And for this one, I'm just going to stir it up. I'm not even going to give it a shake.
Does this have vodka in it?
Yeah, Mr. Black has vodka.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, that's what it's made with.
Is this the one you made me a year ago? The one I like so much?
I don't know.
This is the one we had on the YouTube, right?
No, this is a different drink.
Oh, God.
So
I told you I want the one that we had a year ago.
So I'm going to pour some in that glass and some in this glass.
Nobody listens to me.
There might be a reason for that, Doug.
No one listens to him.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I have to repeat myself.
All right.
All the time.
All right. Here we go. This
smells good.
Yeah. This is what I call a mocha eggnog. And if we need a little more chocolate, we can always add some chocolate liqueur to it.
Oh my God, that's so good. Holy cow. Holy macaronis. Holy cow.
Yeah, I was originally going to shake it with ice, but decided not to. Instead, just give it a stir and oh, that's cold.
Oh, we've had like this little warm, like atmospheric river. And it's actually nice out. It's like in the high 50s here.
You know what? That's true. We could do that. We could grate some nutmeg in it. But
no.
Doug doesn't want it.
No.
Okay. Well, we have cocktails in hand.
No, I don't want the dust in this. I don't think it needs it. This is delicious.
The dust.
I think it's the eggnog. I know it's a little horribly expensive. And it doesn't get sold everywhere. It's based in San Francisco, so it's super regional. But this stuff is delicious.
Yeah, Bud's eggnog is very good.
I think I want this from now on.
We have drinks in hand. Let's go ahead and get on with the Hallmark Channel movie review. Okay, I have to highlight this one.
No, here. Robert.
Robert, eggnog, no dust.
No, I don't want little particulate matter in my drink.
An unexpected Valentine, a chance encounter in a rideshare vehicle on Valentine's Day brings Hannah and Finn together as they race through New York City to return a lost engagement ring and save one couple's special moment. This one starred Lacey Chabert and Robert Buckley. That's actually a very high-level review.
Very good, though. How they explained it.
The chance encounter just is her taking a rideshare, which he drives. He's a photographer. She is a food scientist. And we find this out as they spend the entire day talking to each other. They start to peel onions.
But the thing about what you brought up during lunch, after we had it, because we were constantly talking about it, this movie happened in one day. Because she actually saw him when she left her apartment with these like balloons and stuff. So it literally wasn't just a one-day thing.
Let me go ahead and go through a little bit of the story of what's going on here. So she takes that rideshare just to go to an event that she's supposed to go to.
No, to work.
But it ends. No, she doesn't go to work.
She leaves work.
She leaves work, gets into the rideshare, and what's supposed to be just a matter of minutes turns up being a few hours of
half a day
of her evening, along with Finn, who is driving the car. He is a photographer. doing a show at a gallery. She is presenting a new product at an event at her office. And they, instead of going to their locations, they end up looking for the person that lost an engagement ring in the rideshare vehicle that Finn drives
on Valentine's Day.
Ben, your thoughts?
I thought it was a great movie. The chemistry between the two lead characters was palpable. The dialogue seemed extremely natural. It didn't seem stilted like a lot of Hallmark movies that are made over the course of just a few days. It didn't feel like they were just getting in front of the camera and reciting lines like we've seen in the past with a couple of movies. Everything seemed very natural, and you can tell that these two are very comfortable in front of the camera because everything just seemed very, very natural.
I found their conversation. I found their dialogue very conversational.
Yeah.
Sherry, yeah. What were your thoughts?
I liked it too, and I think the comfort had to do with the fact that they seemed to genuinely be comfortable with each other as actors.
Yeah. The chemistry.
It wasn't anything forced, but I loved it. I liked the fact that it came full circle at the end.
It was a surprise.
With the balloon bouquet, because I did not expect that at all.
I compare that moment to like an Agatha Christie mystery novel where a character is in the first 2 pages of the book and then reintroduced in the last 2 pages of the book, and you forgot about it from the first 2 pages of the book.
Okay. I like that.
I really enjoyed it.
I love the direction. The director of this film did a wonderful job. Mm-hmm. Being that it was a movie that was contained within one physical day, that Valentine's Day, I was also impressed with specific scenes that they did. Lighting can always be troublesome at night for some movies. Sometimes some scenes turn out too dark. I thought that the scenes that they did while traveling in the vehicle were well paced and actually well lit as well. It was considering it was a Hallmark film, it was a well-crafted film.
It was really good. Like
a lot of
really good.
A lot of drone shots of New York City. So you got to see a lot of the city at night.
Yeah, the story of, they felt so natural because they both laughed, and there was a lot of funny when he kept on, she showed him the ring and they were at that little market and he goes, "Yes, I'll marry you." And then the other person and they were bringing out so much natural chemistry and they were making each other laugh. It felt so good.
Yeah.
And the story just progressed along and how they went to all three of who was in that giant Suburban. Now, the nitpicky I have about it, how can a starving artist afford a 6-figure giant Suburban that's practically brand new?
In New York.
In Manhattan. Yeah. And
like
you said...
And how can he find parking for that thing everywhere? That thing takes up 3 parking spaces.
But first of all, was it his very own?
Rideshare vehicles usually are.
Yeah, it would be his. So how can a starving artist afford a 6-figure giant Suburban SUV, the largest you could buy?
Wasn't he doing something before
He's a photographer.
Before he started?
Before he was a photographer, he had another job.
He went and did landscapes.
No. Before he was a photographer, he had another job, and then it was someone that told him, "You have a real eye for photography." And that's when he said the line, "And thus a starving artist is born."
Yeah, he always parked in loading spaces, but they were always available. That was the only thing that was kind of silly about the movie because
he parked in areas that were no parking. So
yeah, so that was the silly part, but I could totally disbelieve because it was fun. He just started his car, got out, did his thing, run around. And, and then he found out he didn't pay his parking tickets. And it was just an awesome movie. And we're going to watch it again.
His vehicle got the boot because of all the outstanding parking violations he had that Lacey's character, Hannah, found in the glove box of the vehicle.
It's just not a few. There's a whole lot of them.
You see, and the thing is, the story, it wasn't just about them. It was an adventure of the hunt of the ring. So you found out a little bit about each person that they encountered.
But it wasn't annoying. Each little vignette was, appropriately timed to get to the ring. Then they went on it. The pacing was spectacular.
It reminds me of that movie where the book writer and the photographer were matched up together and forced to put a book together.
A Lifelong Love.
Yeah, and which was another excellent film.
Yes.
And it felt like they were going through the same motions of one step leads to another step leads to another step.
Yeah. I want to highlight a comment.
This was another thing.
I want to highlight a comment here from Hit or Miss. They said, Juan, the person that was doing the asking with the engagement ring, he was without his ring for about 12 hours and didn't realize it until it was right before the planned fireworks day proposal. That I found to be...
Yeah, that was like, how do you lose it, not know it without the whole day? Because that was a huge box.
Yeah.
So,
and it's the most important piece of the proposal.
But he was nervous.
Check yourself.
He was nervous and he was worried about getting the atmosphere right. I could easily see how he would.
Yeah. Now the reason why Hannah and Finn had the engagement ring in the first place was the fact that Juan he literally pretty much crawled into the rideshare, but it was the wrong car.
Yeah, it was the wrong car.
And when that all happened, apparently the ring fell out of his pocket and ended up in Finn's SUV.
He was nervous, so I can see it. That's actually, I did notice how did he know? Because I brought it up. How did he not know? But he looked like a spaz. So he, when you lose something and it's not your normal thing, I mean, I could see where you lose it and just kind of like not pay attention to the whole day because you're just a big nervous Nelly.
Yeah.
So, I like where
it's believable.
I like where you referred to it as an SUV, Arnie, because Alex refers to it as a Canyonero.
Oh, no, the thing is huge. I mean, my parents had a Suburban back in the 80s, and that thing was just a beast, and now they still sell them. And that was my only thing is like, God, how can you afford that sucker? I mean, they covered up the GMC. You could tell that they covered up a lot of the Chevrolet. Obviously, that was a Chevrolet or a GMC Suburban. So it was great.
All right,
it was excellent.
So Paul Eichenlob, our Hallmark savant, gave this movie 4 Ben Burritos, which on our scale is equivalent to 8 gold crowns. Ben, what is your rating for this film?
I gave it a 9. It was just a very enjoyable watch, and I would watch it again.
Okay, Sherry?
I gave it a 9.
Doug?
Yeah, 9. It almost teetered on 10. It almost went there.
Doug really liked it, but there were just those few little things like Juan losing his engagement ring and not realizing it for 12 hours. That's definitely something that's going to pull down that score instead of being a perfect film. I believe a 9 is a good score. So, yeah.
But let me ask you, Doug, if he had realized that he was missing the ring, how would that have changed the story?
It wouldn't have.
Yeah, it would have.
It would now be more about him trying to find in his brain, try to figure out how he lost it. It could have been in the street. But he would have never thought about it.
No, remember, that's right, because he didn't know that he had lost it in the vehicle.
No.
So there's no way that he would have reported that to the rideshare company.
Yeah, because he lost it anywhere. And you don't know what he was doing throughout the day. He could have put off his jacket if he went to lunch. Or when he was at work, he could have left it. Oh, did it fall out at work? So, yeah, I mean, that's a kind of, we're really stretching Hallmark here, people, for about the ring. But just how, I love that how Finn, or Robert Buckley, had this epiphany and said, oh my God, there was another person that came in. And that I think what it is, and then he had to... it was just a lot of, we like the mystery puzzle thing.
So Paul Eichenlund says he might not have done the proposal that night. Now, me, I disagree. I think he would have gone on with the proposal, but would have improvised like the characters in the movie Moonstruck, where she ends up using a pinky ring for her engagement ring.
Well, he was getting ready to ask her without it.
Yeah. So, yeah, it could have been a funny side story to cut away to his scenes in the restaurant and him trying to delay the proposal, distract his partner, but Hallmark doesn't really do that. No, they don't.
They just kind of...
There may have been something about it in the script, but it could have possibly been cut because, as we've learned, they usually do about 2 hours of content for a film, and they edit it down to the hour and 25 minutes that they have available.
And they have
because
chunks.
he was starting to propose to her when they were at the bar coughing and trying to get his attention.
Yeah.
So he was going to go ahead and do it anyway, ring or no ring.
Yeah, he was going to do it. Okay, yeah, that's just so you could see we really enjoyed it.
We really love this one. We do recommend this one, definitely. Oh, look at that. You got a thumbs up on that one.
Got a thumbs up.
Yeah, Ben, do the thumbs up again.
Oh, yeah.
Just hold up the thumb and you'll see. It's just the way Apple software works.
Is that the Twitch thing? Because I guess...
No, that's not Twitch. That's an Apple.
No, it's an iOS thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you have the iOS.
Yeah. Watch. There we go.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
I don't know that you'll do it.
If you can shape a heart.
No.
Oh, that
now you
doesn't
see,
like me.
if Ben does two thumbs up, you'll see heart. You'll see fireworks or something. Yeah.
Okay, it must be on your computer.
Yeah.
I don't have fun things on my computer. My computer is very boring and mean.
Okay. Anyway, we're gonna take a quick break, do a little cleanup here, but we'll be right back. You're watching PTV Live.
Make it after all.
You're watching PTV.
Thanks, man. I'll drive it tomorrow.
To make a light snack for after school, start with Jell-O gelatin, like Mrs. Jenny Schrang of Miami.
After the kids are off to school, I often take a couple of minutes to make them light Jell-O gelatin snacks for when they get home. I make the snacks in paper cups, and the kids just love them. And I like them because they don't spoil our appetites. Just prepare any flavor of Jell-O gelatin. That's the brand I prefer. Pour it into paper cups. Add fruit or whatever you happen to have on hand. Then place the cups in the refrigerator. So after school, the kids will have a nice snack waiting for them.
For Jenny Schrang's Jell-O snack idea, see April Women's magazines.
Hey, Mike, your mom's great.
To make a light snack that's fun to eat, start with Jell-O.
Then we went to the Frugal Hoosier, which is on the other side of the tracks. We park. We walk in, still technically Dad, and I get...
Okay.
We were going to get the car. We're going in the entrance.
There were barely any cars in the parking lot.
No.
We pulled right in, and we parked next to a Tesla. I thought, oh, look, there's a Tesla there.
Yeah.
It was right on the right side of the car. I thought, ooh, very nice. So, you know, there were a lot of people shot. Well, not a lot of people.
No, but there was this one right when we walked in. This other gal was there. And she was wearing a dark raspberry bathrobe that looked like she skinned a Care Bear. White Crocs. I was wearing anything underneath the bathrobe, and she's standing there in the way. Totally, I'm just sitting there looking at her, and just greasy hair and all. So that's the beginning of our shopping. So we walk around, we get eggs, some cereal. Oh no, we're talking. She skinned a Care Bear to make this bathrobe because it was bright raspberry red, bright electric red, raspberry red, and furry too.
Doug,
and the white.
Carla Kiko says you broke them.
Oh my gosh.
He was trying to find another thing.
I
look at it, he just really loves that one.
We had been talking with some friends over the weekend, and I said, you know what? I'll do a throwback this weekend where Doug had talked about a health tip. And I couldn't find it. So I'm going to do some searching this week, and we'll probably have that as a throwback next week or a future episode. Tip, huh? Yes, a health tip.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think I'm going to start doing scream therapy. I'm kind of getting tired of what's going on, so... Yeah, I said that to him.
Mike Wheeler.
The thing was fuzzy and bright red. This poor gal. And but every time we walk in, he always thinks it's Care Bears. Every time we go to the store.
Let's celebrate TV. Skin to Care Bear? Yes. That's definitely a Dougism.
We have a very colorful grocery store. Unfortunately, we live in an area where this is like the only store, and thank God we have this store. I love it. But it's a lot of humanity.
You get a lot. You get the whole breadth, the whole gamut of society.
Yeah. The wildlife there is always entertaining. You never know what you're going to get. And every time we go, it's like an attraction.
It was that robe with white Crocs, which was the real.
I don't think she was wearing anything underneath that thing. I mean, and the greasy hair. I will never forget the greasy hair. I don't know if she just washed it and decided it would go out. I mean, who would? I don't get it. I don't get it, people. Have some decorum. Just put yourself together.
All right.
But she woke up that morning, put it on, and said, I am good to go. Look at me. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Sounds like the morning women of Walmart. Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, it's...
And look at that. More people. I was saying Walmart, yeah.
It's...
All right.
Yeah, we're not as bad, but if you go across the freeway... There's our Walmart, which I call Cloud 9.
In keeping with our
nose itches.
In keeping with our wanting to at least mention Christmas every week during the show, let's do this. I'm with Roxanne. I won't even wear sweats outside the house.
So there is a limit. I won't do it.
So there's Chatty. He's kind of adventuresome right now, hanging out with us as we're packing all of our things. The tote that he is on is a tote that has ornaments for 4 of our trees. Those are the miniature ornaments from Hallmark. We have hundreds of those things, and they were all
put away last night. Yeah,
they're all put away last night. So, yeah. And
so were mine.
Chatty will get to meet Valen Turtle. Valen Turtle is the mascot for Let's Celebrate TV.
I don't know what's with grown men and their plushies. I just don't get it.
Yeah. It's fine.
Hey, whatever floats your boat. I have stuff too.
Doug, you screamed like a little girl when you found that Snoopy that you put on the top of the Peanuts tree.
Oh, I do that all the time. I love all my plushies. I'm just like, I'm just saying, what is grown men? I'm cloning me. Okay, why are you going in? He's making me dizzy.
Yeah, he is dizzy. Supervising. Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and...
We are putting it away.
Let's see what's at Trader Joe's.
What's new at Trader Joe's?
Ben, I'm going to present your camera so we get a better look. Oh, that's
hi.
Hi. There we go. Ben, what is this product?
These are chocolate and peanut butter lovers nut mix.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
They have almonds, cashews, cocoa dusted dark chocolate almonds. There's your dust, Doug.
Yeah.
Mini milk chocolate peanut butter cups, mini pretzel sticks, and tiniest chocolate chip cookies, which if you haven't tried their chocolate chip cookies, they're amazing.
Okay, so there's 6 items in each.
Yeah, there is.
There's 6 items.
Yes, one, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 items in this mix.
Oh, okay.
If you have not been to Trader Joe's and gotten their world's tiniest chocolate chip cookies, get them and then take them with you to Wendy's.
I'm missing the
Get
6th one.
vanilla frosty and do yourself a favor. Delicious.
There's only 5.
No, you're missing the chocolate.
I have a chocolate one here.
No.
What's that? That better not be raisins.
It's a peanut butter cup.
Oh, because I'm not
eating no raisins.
No raisins.
Oh, it is a little peanut butter cup.
So
okay,
I have
all 6.
I have all 6 in my hand.
So we have to all eat them at the same time?
I'm going to go ahead. Oh, look at that. Matt says that mini freezer totes are going to be back in the store in a few days.
I can't.
And the color is lavender. And there's another color, but he's not sure what it is.
Did you guys get all one of each?
Yeah, you want to make sure that when you're trying this, you try all 6 all at once. That's...
We're supposed to do it that way?
I would think
3,
so.
4, 5. Yeah, I've got them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one am I missing?
There's a little round one of the peanut butter.
Okay.
All right.
All at the same time?
All the same time.
Yeah. Well, mix.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
I feel like I'm taking my pills.
Those are good.
That's a good mix.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sweet and savory.
Yeah. And I love that.
Mm-hmm.
This would go really well with the nuts that we tried last week too.
Yes, they would.
The macadamias thrown in here.
Good. This would be good in a soft serve vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Or a Wendy's Frosty.
Mars says it looks like we're popping pills.
Yeah, exactly. It's really good. I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean,
that's a very good mix. Sometimes
the melange.
Sometimes there's one item in the mix that's not quite as good as the rest.
You're stupid.
All 6 are well balanced. I highly recommend this one.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. One more nut.
All right.
Oh,
well,
so good.
I mentioned that I was going to talk about Nick a little later in the show. Now's that time. So we got a little note from Movie Mania Nick in the mail. He sent it to our mailbox, which is at Pepper Tree Villa, 1155C, Suite 504, Martinez, California, 94553. That's our address where you can send anything. And it says, PTV, what's up, guys? In this envelope, here's the envelope. I have enclosed a gift. When I went to Christmas Con last month, I thought of you guys. Christmas Con is the Christmas convention revolving around Hallmark movies, especially Hallmark Christmas films. Oh, thank you, Mike. Ooh. Mike just posted the address. I made a vlog about it if you have not yet seen it on my channel. I hope you enjoy the gift. Sincerely, Movie Mania Nick.
That's very kind of you.
And let me present our camera so I can show this to you. This is an ornament celebrating 5 years of Christmas Con. And it's a magnet.
Like a giant magnet, like, a Disney pin?
Yeah, it's like a Disney pin, but it's like gingerbread and a ribbon.
A little more?
No, here we go.
That's really cute.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
It's very nice.
So, Nick, thank you so much for the gift. this will be cherished. It will be part of the forest now.
Christmas aficionado went there, and a lot of Hallmark celebrities. You can do meet and greets there, and people have booths to sell their swag.
This will always be on the refrigerator during Christmas
That's
time.
very nice. Yeah.
So thank you so much.
And that was where, in Kansas City?
No, Jersey.
No, in Jersey.
Oh,
they kind of have it.
They have those in L.A.
Pasadena. Okay. So they have it, one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast, and Hallmark whores themselves out to these things. So
oh, and Nick met 3 celebrities. Yeah, it's fun to meet the celebrities of the films. That is fantastic. I guess I missed him somehow.
Can we get some more sunshine, please?
How can you see?
Jim does his show every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Tomorrow night, he is on his channel. More sunshine, please. Yeah. So, Nick, thank you so much. Look at that. Let's Celebrate says that they'll host us in Jersey the next time the Christmas con is happening there.
Oh,
thank you, guys. Okay.
What do we have next?
We have one more taste test tonight. Ben, let me go ahead and present your camera again because I know you've been really wanting to dig into these. Try them out.
Yes. I looked long and hard for these. These are the peanut butter and jelly M&Ms.
Took him forever to find them.
We bought these a couple of weeks ago, and a coworker of mine had been looking for them too. When I told her that I found them for her, she was very, very thankful. I haven't given them to her yet because we both work in the field and we haven't met up yet. So if I can just open this thing up.
So I don't know if each one is a different flavor or if they're all
I think
the same.
Each one would probably.
I'm guessing
they smell like no other M&M.
No, they don't. They don't. I would say the red is probably going to be the jelly. The the light brown is the peanut butter, and the dark brown is chocolate. That's my guess.
It smells like grape jelly.
I'm gonna try the brown one to see if it's peanut butter or if they're all the same.
Yeah. Mars says Jim's going on a date tomorrow.
No, it's just different coloring. It's the peanut butter and jelly in this thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the brown one has peanut butter in it.
And jelly.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try the red one.
That's weird.
Oh. I like them.
They're very weird.
No, they're not weird. They're delicious.
They are, but
they're weird. Like, sure, you're right. They're weird, but not in a bad way.
OMG, right? I need to find a bag.
Because you know what? There's that, like, fruity taste to it, and there's the chocolate and the peanut butter. They are absolutely weird in a very, very good way. These were actually...
Oh, my gosh.
I like these.
So delicious.
Yeah,
these
I like these.
So delicious.
But see...
Yeah.
I like them, but I still prefer plain peanut butter M&Ms.
And yeah, you don't have to bite them in half.
No, suck on them, and then you'll get something else. Crunch it and then suck on it.
Ben's next doctor appointment that Ben goes to. Doc asks, how's your diet? Taco Bell and peanut butter and jelly M&Ms.
Oh, yeah, he's a model of good health lately.
Indeed.
Yeah, they're really
so
good.
Ben, Sherry, would you buy these again?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I would too.
They might be good and probably cookie, like that Janie said. Probably put these in one of those, do the batter of like a chocolate chip cookie.
Janie, that's a great idea. And I also like Benji's idea. Make a sandwich out of them.
I mean, they have that faint taste of like fruit. It's like a fruity, they're not jelly.
But if you want to taste something delicious and sweet, get the strawberry yogurt covered pretzels from Costco. I got them today and they are delicious.
Okay, we need to try those next week.
Okay.
Yogurt.
All we need is like a little cereal bowl made out of a cracker and stuff these in them and then just throw them in your mouth. There's your sandwich.
A cracker cereal bowl?
No, they're actually really good. I mean, It's odd how they got...
Yeah.
They put a thin coating of something that's fruity over it. I mean, there's no squirty jelly.
No, there's not.
But it's
definitely
flavored.
done by flavoring.
It's a flavor. And then you have the peanut butter and you have the chocolate.
Yeah.
I mean...
And they're balanced just right. They are delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely food science.
Yeah.
It's not real food.
Yeah. So... All right, everyone, we're going to take
Thank you, factory.
We'll take another quick break here, but we'll be right back. You're watching PTV Live.
Welcome to the heartbeat of Orlando, where style meets the Sunshine State. Express your love for Orlando with our casual line of clothing, celebrating the iconic 407 area code. Feel the vibe. Wear the pride. 407 Original Brand Apparel. Available at theorlandoguy.com.
You're watching PTV.
What a welcome to the neighborhood.
Wait till you taste my Margie's dessert.
Dessert? I didn't make dessert. Oh, instead, I made some fun.
Watch it glimmer, see it shimmer, cool and fruity. Jello brand gelatin of all desserts. You'll love the one that tastes so light and makes such fun. Make Jello gelatin and make some fun.
You've already made the neighborhood fun.
You remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
That commercial was from 1979.
Oh, yeah.
79.
I know.
Dream Whip topping dessert still does exist.
Yeah.
It looks older than that.
Yes, we do remember it. Yeah. Jello.
Yep. God, the marketing on that, the Fifth Avenue. Now, nobody does marketing and advertising that. It's all about influencing in the socials.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Mar, that girl eyeballing the Jello.
Yeah, it was sticky, gelatinous food.
Oh my gosh. So Ben, you said that you had something that you wanted to try. You wanted to try those strawberry yogurt things this week, or was it, do you want to wait till next week to do those?
We'll wait till next week. We don't have them here in front of us.
I'd have to go up and get them.
Okay, well, let's not worry about that. And yes, definitely.
Yeah, I've got 2 strawberry flavored treats for next week.
Okay, wonderful. We'll lean into strawberry next week then. Okay, great. But in the meantime, we're getting to our title. So let's yes, the title of the show is Baking Chocolate Shortbread. Let's get into that. It's a lot of Instant Pot in that video there.
Yeah.
I like that.
I do.
Wait, we used to use that thing a lot more than we did. Okay, now.
We do. It's just, you know.
Okay, so chocolate shortbread. We were going to do 2 cookies tonight. One was an eggnog snickerdoodle. Doug was not a fan.
No, it did not turn out well.
Me, I liked it, but it does definitely need an icing or a glaze.
It's pretty much a cookie that we already make, and what we already make
is
better.
If there's anyone from my office that is watching right now, come to my desk Tuesday morning or afternoon. I will have samples to give away at my office. So if you're watching, you've heard it here. Okay, great.
Didn't turn out what I was thinking it was, but, you know, we wanted to use the eggnog.
All right. So what we did do is we baked shortbread, chocolate shortbread.
Essentially, it's chocolate sugar cookies. The sugar cookie, because I've always wanted to make, because I make amazing sugar cookies, but I wanted one all chocolate. Like a chocolate sugar cookie. They call them chocolate shortbread.
Oh my gosh, look at all that butter.
Well, it's
a stick of butter. It's a cup of butter.
It's a cup of butter and 1 cup of sugar. So that's how the recipe just starts. And then, of course, you have to cream that together.
Yeah, we had a very since it's cold, butter does not get to room temperature like it should.
No,
and
it
you don't
doesn't.
and you don't want to melt it because that changes the structure of the of the fats.
I just beat it into submission, so
Yeah,
it's fine.
we need a new hand mixer.
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a KitchenAid. We've had this one for years. It's still working okay. But
yeah,
Doug took his time.
the one I finally threw away used to belong to Nana.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, so it just,
my goodness.
It just died naturally. Nobody helped
No,
it
it
die.
didn't die. It started dropping little bits from inside where the beater goes
mechanism.
in.
Yeah. So our grandmother or Nana has not been with us since 1998. That's how old that mixer was. So
hi, Derek.
Stop.
Yeah, Derek. Their show is live every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on D&G Explorers. Okay, so after creaming the butter and sugar, we added 1 egg. And then we took it, let's see. Yeah, Doug's just trying to get all the butter off of the beaters. It's because it's so cold. It just really coagulates on the beaters. In this case, Doug did a good job of keeping it in the camera range too.
Oh, it was hard.
Yeah. But now we had 2 teaspoons of vanilla because, it's vanilla extract. You always want to have.
No, some messy people.
And it's okay to add a little bit more if you want.
Well, they said 1.5 teaspoons. I'm like, no, just do 2.
So
yeah.
But then it said, go ahead and sift together 2 3/4 cups of flour. And this was an all-purpose flour that we used, King Arthur. And then it was a cup and a half. No.
A 3/4
3/4 cup of cocoa powder.
We have the recipe because it can be perfectly halved. Because I didn't want to have to sit there and
then just half a teaspoon of salt. But yeah, we had to sift that. And of course, you just sift by putting it into a sieve and just, knock it back and forth.
Chocolate has you need to break up the cocoa powder.
Yeah, so Doug, he'll take a spoon and break up the cocoa powder to get it through the sieve so that it is officially sifted. But you just add a little bit at a time depending on the size of your sieve and bowl that you use. We use smaller pieces for this particular one.
That's not to make a mess.
It looks like dirty ashes.
No, but it's actually cocoa
powder with flour.
And flour and a little bit of salt. Then you add a little bit at a time and mix it together. But of course, you start on a very slow speed because if you went all out, you would get this huge cloud. And you don't want to make a mess at your kitchen like that.
Yeah,
or inhale it.
The theme of the show tonight is dust.
Yeah, dust. Which reminds me, I have to empty the vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. Okay.
So
he finished off the dry mix into the wet, those are the terms they use for that. That's for your benefit.
Do you add a bit of coffee to this? We could have probably put maybe a teaspoon of espresso powder in it.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, we could have done that.
I like that idea.
I do too.
Gina's right. It looks a little purplish. And I was thinking more like blue cornmeal.
Blue cornmeal.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so the cocoa powder is...
This brings back memory. I remember making chocolate shortbread for 1,000 people. Yes.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah.
And my stupid spatula, I ended up taking the wrong one. I should have got a stiffer one.
Yeah, he grabbed the wrong spatula. This has a little bit too much flex to it. He wanted a stiffer spatula, but there was no sense in getting another one dirty, so he just fought it and kind of beat it into submission.
Sadly folding it in.
Yeah. But it's just until it's just incorporated.
It looks like dough to make Oreos. It was black because the cocoa powder I used was called
I was going to say it looked
onyx.
like something else.
Yeah.
It looks like black onyx. So this stuff that actually is black.
So then this specific recipe wants you to take that ball of dough, flatten it down to about a 1/4 inch thickness or, close to it. And then when you're done pressing it in, then you take a rolling pin and you roll it in between 2 sheets of parchment. So there he is putting the parchment on. Yeah, this one is just a couple of extra steps you don't normally see with shortbread. With shortbread, you usually just kind of like pound, just kind of like
form it. Shortbread, they're chocolate sugar cookies.
Yeah.
It's not shortbread. I mean, I get it, what we're doing.
All right. The only reason I call it shortbread is because the recipe that we were following called it chocolate shortbread.
But that was wrong. They labeled it wrong. Yeah. And I said we're making chocolate sugar cookies. Yeah. So he's using the label, but it's not right.
What you do is it has to be refrigerated at least an hour. We did it overnight.
And we were a little busy last night.
And then he went ahead and
I was in the mood.
You always are.
When you see that, there it is.
It was hard as a brick.
It was a very stiff dough by that time because the butter hardens very, very quickly in the refrigerator. And so he cuts out enough hearts.
Those are my childhood cookie cutters that I had for thousands of years. These plastic ones.
Now, how old is that really? About
from the early 80s. Those are definitely about 40 years old.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about between 40 and 45 years. That's a long time to have cookie cutters.
I use those cookie cutters.
And he's using a lot of force to cut that because the dough is so cold.
This just kind of flips out. And I was going to use round, but I'm like, since we're technically in Valentine's season, we're in Loveuary, I figured.
Yeah.
A little bit thicker than
That's a big cookie.
Yeah,
it's a really big
and the heart is about the shape of the one from Love American Style from the 70s. Remember that? So then you take the rest of it and you're supposed to form it into, well, of course you had to wait a little bit longer to do that because of how cold it was.
Filthy oven.
He baked them and he came out perfect. And then he did another batch of them. He did them with chocolate sprinkles. We weren't sure the sweetness level of these cookies because this is the first time we had made them.
It's called chocolate vermicelli sprinkles.
Okay.
So
here is the end result.
Yeah.
We have not yet tried it.
We have not tried it.
But
it smells like chocolate.
There it is.
Present yourself, Arnie.
Okay. I can do that.
It smells chocolatey. It's definitely black.
And here we go. Right here.
And that's how big they are.
They look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here we go.
Yeah, the chocolate vermicelli is what it's called.
Okay.
Little sprinkles.
They're tender.
They look like chocolate ants.
Ooh.
They're definitely
dark chocolate flavor.
Yeah.
Very, very, very. It's Dutch processed. And it's called black onyx cocoa powder. Was it Valrhona or something?
Yeah, if anyone is interested in this
they're
recipe,
chocolate sugar cookies. I want, and they're thick. You gotta have it. They're a little bit more than a quarter of an inch. I cooked them for 15 minutes.
Needed a caramel drizzle in the shape of Cupid's arrow. I'm disappointed. Richard, thank you so much. And
they're think of a soft Oreo cookie.
Yeah, this actually has a much deeper, richer, chocolatey flavor than an Oreo.
They're actually good. They're chocolate sugar cookies.
Here in Joycey, they're not sprinkles, they're jimmies.
So, yeah, this was really, really good. It was from a butter recipe, so how can you go wrong?
If anyone is interested in the recipe, let me know. You can reach out to me on social media. We are on Blue Sky. We are on Instagram and on Facebook. Just reach out to me and say that you would like a copy of the recipe, and I will get that copy to you.
A little vanilla,
as soon as possible.
A little chocolate frosting. But I like the idea of like a teaspoon of espresso powder in this.
And
it brings out.
Okay,
this is really good.
You got it, guys. Definitely, I'll make sure that you get it. All right, so this is definitely one that's worth repeating. This is a good recipe. So, chocolate shortbread, or actually chocolate sugar cookies.
That turned out very. I hate doing recipes that we are experimenting with.
Now,
it's like, oh, let's do this.
To answer the question about the eggnog snickerdoodles.
Oh.
The dough was very soft and sticky. We think that it was off balance. We think
she didn't know how to do flour.
Yeah, we think that they measured the flour incorrectly when they came up with the recipe. We also think that it needed a little more flavor. And the thing that
left out part of the recipe.
The thing that part of the recipe was
so?
One of the definitely, because at one point she says to use nutmeg, but there's no place in the recipe listing for ingredients that nutmeg
How much
is
nutmeg
listed.
should I use? But you want me to put it in there, so you have to read the instructions about the steps. But you just can't go by the list, because if you just did the list, you would leave out because she said there's nutmeg. But I'm like, how much is the nutmeg?
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, it was a poorly done recipe, and then when it was practically like cake batter. I mean, it was like a quick bread batter. It was
maybe,
it was not cookie dough.
Maybe they did leave things out of the recipe, like what Laura Petrie did with her dip with Millie Helper.
Oh, her avocado peanut butter dip.
Yeah. Oh, did it also have tuna fish in it?
No, she forgot the mustard.
Oh, I thought you put tuna fish in everything back then.
All right. So Richard says that he wants chocolate shortbread, Santa's, and reindeer.
Oh, I'm definitely going to be making this because it's a sugar cookie. It's very tender.
Yeah. You're definitely making this.
Get a little light icing on it.
We will definitely make this one again. So Ben, get ready to taste them because they're darn good.
I'm going to try a different type of
cookies.
Sherry, you too. Yeah, we will. They'll be smaller.
They'll be smaller, and I might try yet another different cocoa powder because I think I fortunately have more cocoa powder.
There are different options for cocoa powder. There's Dutch process, there's regular, and different brands, and even different levels of depth
cocoa
of flavor of
fat.
cocoa. Yeah, so it's
in the cocoa powder. It's a whole thing. So these actually, I'm very surprised. I did not want to do this because I like to test it first before we put it on the YouTube. But it actually turned out well.
Janie, the avocado peanut butter dip is a reference to a recipe from the Dick Van Dyke Show, from an episode called All About Eavesdropping. If you've never seen the Dick Van Dyke Show,
I watched that thing a million times.
Look it up on YouTube. All episodes are posted.
But that specific recipe or the episode, all about eavesdropping.
It's a really funny episode.
Dipping those cookies in chocolate, just like an Oreo. Oh God, I think that'd be good.
That's actually pretty good. A fudge covered cookie.
That would be really good.
We'll dip those ones in temperature.
Oh, you can make this cookie. You can actually make it into like a sandwich and put like a ganache.
If we could, or we could get just a white cream similar to an Oreo, which would be even better than Oreo.
No, everybody in their Oreos. I know that's what we do. Oreos are. I
think it'd be fantastic.
I'm tired of Oreos.
Never.
It's just
I like Oreos.
So Ben, what's happening on Life with Ben this week?
This week, I'm starting a series of trials of value menus at different restaurants.
Oh, okay.
This week, I'm trying some value suggestions from Wendy's.
Ice cream between these cookies.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that idea.
Oh, that's a great idea, Richard.
Yeah, for those of you,
then you dip the sides in chocolate ganache with
chocolate.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know what an it is, it's a chocolate ice cream oatmeal sandwich kind of thing that was created in San Francisco at Playland at the beach. And then,
like 100 years
but it's
ago.
really
it was just created in San Francisco.
Yeah, it's a regional thing. It's 2 oatmeal cookies that sandwich vanilla ice cream, and then that's all dipped in chocolate.
These could be they're so tender, but they also slightly bend. These could make a great sugar cookie, like an ice cream sandwich.
Yeah, definitely.
I think I need to do that.
All right. So Ben, I love the idea of you doing the different value meals at different restaurants. That's a great idea. Be looking for that. Every Thursday on Life with Ben, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m.
Did he say what restaurant he went to?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I'm going to Wendy's, and for you looking for the artwork, it's already sent, and the title of the episode is there.
I didn't check.
Doug does the thumbnails, so
I do all the graphics.
So that will be dropping on our channel on Thursday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific.
Nope.
Okay.
I wanted to do some baking, but
nope.
we have to ration our eggs.
Yeah.
Costco and Sam's Club had no eggs whatsoever, not even the smaller packages of brown organic eggs.
Come on out to the Frugal Hoosier.
Yeah,
they have plenty of eggs at the Frugal Hoosier.
We don't care how much they cost. We eat
I
eggs and we
hope
eat
you're
it.
right, because I really want to get some.
Sherry,
Do you have had Safeway?
Okay, it's not just they had eggs; they had pallets of eggs. So don't worry about it.
She's freaking out over not having enough eggs. We have 2.5 dozen in the refrigerator.
No. Tom said there's only like 18.
Since when? I looked at them last night. We had 30 eggs in there.
Oh, well, then I'm not worried.
And Janie's also saying try Trader Joe's. They seem to get a lot of eggs as well.
Yeah, they're just.
If Matt is still watching, maybe he can confirm that they are getting eggs at Trader Joe's as well.
Buy some chickens.
No,
thanks.
you.
We've had chickens before, and it does not turn out well for us.
Oh, and Matt at Trader Joe's says we've been running out by 5 the last few days.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to Avenue Q yesterday.
We see them,
and we have them there.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not
Avenue Q, which is that is a Dougism.
Grocery outlet bargain to market. They had an extra large. It was like $9.
Yeah.
You can count yourself blessed.
Yeah.
From the farm down the road. Well, yeah, you have a farm down the road that's secluded.
That's wonderful.
We live in the factory land of our county, and especially our city. We cannot have chickens.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't?
No, that was the city limits do not allow chickens on properties.
Nope.
Do you remember Do you remember when Ron had a rooster?
Well, he thought it was a hen until it started crowing.
How can we not remember that?
And he would get a kick out of teasing the poor thing by turning on the big floodlight in the backyard, and it would pop up on the perch and start crowing in the middle of the night.
It's like when they call for snow, people have to run out and get their eggs and bread for all the French toast they're going to make. I think they'll be snowed in.
No, I don't get it.
It's true.
There's eggs around. You just have to. It's what you want to spend.
Well,
yeah. Well, eggs are to 2025 what toilet paper was to 2020.
Yeah. All right. On that note,
getting more difficult to find.
The moment of groovy tonight, you're going to see a little bit of me putting the miniature ornaments away, which, believe me, is like Where's Waldo.
It's worse than the regular sized ornaments, as far as I'm concerned.
They're very tiny, and they all have their own individual box.
Oh, they're so small.
And you do that because they're so fragile. Because if you were to just throw them in a box by themselves, no packing, they would break easily.
Yeah.
So you can see
mine are in boxes without wrapping.
Yeah. You can see me
about all of them together in one box.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah,
so you can see me doing that during the moment of groovy. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight for this episode of PTV Live. We'll be back next Monday night when we're celebrating Valentine's Day. Sherry will be doing a craft, and we might even have something food inspired or a drink that's inspired for Valentine's Day as well. But in the meantime, everyone,
sigh.
We're so thankful that you spent this time with us. We always look forward to Monday nights, and I'm glad that you do too. I'm Arnie.
I'm Doug.
I'm Ben.
I'm Sherry.
And you've been watching PTV Live here on Pepper Tree Villa. By the way, it was simulcast tonight on YouTube and Twitch. So we'll see if there was any activity on Twitch tonight. Everyone, thank you so much. It's time for your moment of groovy. Good night.
Ciao.
Good night.
Night.